Oh, it's for the Facebook group.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, nobody wants, something like this going through the land. And when there's leaks and things, that oil like totally destroys everything in its path. So it's up to us as humans to do this type of work and go out and let people know, to awaken them to what's happening in our world.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I agree. And I know also the Coastal Gas Link has various kind of nefarious activities associated with it, like the missing and murdered Indigenous women.
Yes.
Yeah, and I know that's at least that seems to be a big part of it as well.
Yeah, because we believe it's part of the genocide that's happening within this country, and it's not like when in the 50s when they took away that right as women to have to bear children, but it's still trying to get rid of the women. So there's no more of us left. But it's not going to work out. We're always going to be here because we're all part of this land, and we know that. We know it's in our blood. This is it right here.
That's wonderful. Yeah. Oh, I know about the eighth fire. Part of the reconciliation. Did you guys know about that as well, or?
Well, we believe that. Well, this is only my opinion, but reconciliation is just a word.
Okay.
That the government uses to try pacify us.
Okay.
And they don't know the meaning of. They don't know the meaning of the word themselves, reconciliation. Because they flaunt it all the time. Like, so show us really what you're going to do. Like, prove to us you're really going to do something. Quit holding back funds and different things. Like, the processes that we have to go through just to attain money, it's ridiculous. And they create more red tape, more and more each year. So, and if you don't get it done this way, okay, you can't have it. There's so many things that we have to be aware of as we're trying to find some money for different things on the reserve. So, and the government just makes everything so difficult.
Yeah.
But that's their way. Let's see what we can do to, they want us to be separated from someone like you. They want other people to look at us. Look at what they're doing. Look at they're protesting, they're being violent, but they're not being honest. Governments aren't honest, so we have to look at that.
Yeah, I think we can kind of take responsibility for our own kind of well-beings in some ways. Like one of the things I like to tell people is that the age of peace has come, like the time of the eighth fire, and the first step to entering the new paradise is Jawinim, or forgiveness, compassion, and unconditional love for all beings. And based on various hypnotic regressions or progressions that they've done on people, they found that kind of the best timeline that we have is kind of where we live in these edible food forests. Like, how the Amazon is kind of an edible food forest that was created? And so I was hoping on kind of co-creating something like that here in the Grey Bruce Owen Sound area. We have a plot in Erin Elderslie where we're doing something, and I've been doing what I can to kind of I've met with the Métis Council, and I'm going out to these events, and I went to Mewekwidon, and I don't know if there's anything else I could do. Yeah. Oh, I also
just go by example. Do grow your own.
Yeah. Like I have a forest garden in my backyard.
One of the water walks that I went on, and I was kind of hungry, so I went off the road a bit and just got some bulrushes. It was springtime. That's when you're supposed to eat those, eh? So I picked those and peeled it and everything, and it tasted like radish, but that, to me, I thought it was good. I liked it. So all those things are here that we can eat.
Oh yeah.
So we have to protect this land so that we'll be able to forage like that
Yeah.
Because I'm a gatherer too. I do too many things sometimes.
Yeah, you got lot of projects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but
Yeah.
I think we should everybody should grow things in their backyard.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I know in the city, I was talking to my brother, and he says everybody's panicking. And he went to the grocery store, and everybody was buying everything in
Yeah,
the shelves. They're
that's
empty,
because
and that's
of-
just last week.
Wow.
That's that
You know,
virus.
it's that coronavirus.
Oh, the coronavirus.
Yeah,
Oh, right,
Yeah,
right.
and it's
Yeah.
like,
Freak out.
okay, so they're going to want us to vaccinate. So to me, that's dumbing us down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because vaccination, they haven't changed vaccinations in, 30 years. It's
Yeah.
still the same thing from 30 years ago. They haven't improved it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
they-
there's lots of side effects,
Yeah.
and one of the things they do mention on all of the labels is that basically anyone that gets a vaccine they shed for 1 to 2 weeks afterwards, so they can get people sick.
Yes.
But they don't tell people that you have to stay home for the next 2 weeks after you get this vaccine shot, and then they might be getting people sick, and the studies show that they did a kind of a comparative for the influenza. And they found that the group which got the flu shot, they had 158 cases of flu, and the ones that didn't get the flu shot only had 88 cases or 86
Yeah,
cases. It's
yeah.
like, well, it's obviously not working.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, no, it's true. So what are you part of? I see
So-
the Buddhists.
well, yeah, that's part of kind of my heritage, but it's the green is for the heart chakra
Oh, okay.
and for healing, and I think that the earth needs a lot of that right now.
Yeah.
And so I'm hoping I'm helping in all the ways that I can.
Yeah.
I have a meditation group, and I offered to do meditations at the Mwekwedon Center because it's going to be moving close to where I live.
Oh, yeah.
And then, so as part of the Buddhist path, I remember all of my past lives.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And so I wanted to kind of help local people and indigenous people to remember their past lives, like from before colonial times.
Yeah.
And then we can really fulfill the 8th fire prophecies of looking back to see what worked from all of the many years that we've lived on this planet,
Yeah.
and then create the most beautiful world that we can.
Yeah. No, and I believe that'll happen.
Mm-hmm.
It may not be in my lifetime, but I believe it'll happen. I always have that hope.
Yeah.
And I believe the young ones that are out there now, they're thinking on it. Like, even though they don't stand up and say, hey, they have, our people have that flood memory, so it's like, yeah. And when you have your visions and you see things,
Yeah.
things are going to be okay. I believe things are going to be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they based on the research of Dolores Cannon, she found that the main thing that distinguished the so there were two main futures for the Earth. One where the ecology collapsed. It's just like in the 8th fire prophecies, and then everyone has to live in these kind of aluminum glass domes, and if they go outside, they often die of asphyxiation if there's a problem with their pressure suits.
Yeah.
But then there's the good timeline where people live in food forests and these kinds of beautiful communities that are very spiritual and in harmony with nature.
Yeah.
And so the main difference was that the old path was kind of the fear and anger approach to life, and that the beautiful the new paradise was forgiveness and compassion based.
Yeah. So the corporations are the ones that are going to be living in the domes.
Yeah.
Where us with open hearts will be living in the bush, or
Yeah.
living off the land.
Yeah.
That's the difference right there.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
To me, anyways.
Yeah,
That's,
yeah. Yeah, and from what they were saying, it's kind of it was a kind of a mix of all of the kind of best things brought together. So like there's plants all around the world. So I found that you can actually plant so that at every time of year you have fresh food. And within 1 hectare, which is 100 meters by 100 meters, you can make enough food to feed a family of 4 to 6.
Yeah.
and then you just always have fresh food and berries and tubers and nuts and fruits.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just like the Amazon, and also like the earlier times, because we really don't know very much about them from before the white men came, because well, they're saying there was like 100 million or more indigenous people.
Yes, there was.
And it's just that the first times that they came here, they brought all the diseases and that killed
Well,
almost
those were all
everybody.
criminals, and the churches kicked all those people out and sent them all over here.
Yeah,
So we had
the worst of the worst.
the worst of the worst. You
Yeah.
know, it's like because they didn't want them over there, let's send them over there. You know, so there's so many things.
Yeah,
And if it wasn't for us, there wouldn't be those people living here. Like they don't realize we saved the white people here in this land.
yeah,
We
it's
saved
true.
them
It's true.
because
for sure.
we knew how to live off the land.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I know. I was reading some reports of the earliest people that tried to come here to settle. They could not even get onto the land because it was so full of indigenous people that it was just like now. You know, it's like if you get onto the shore, you would run into someone and they'd be like, "Hey, this is our territory."
Yeah.
You know. And it was only like many years later, after the diseases had killed almost everybody off, that.
yeah, I need to get
was
some
even
sun
possible.
on my back.
Oh yeah. 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 Oh, we got some music too. Nice. So I heard there was gonna be a walk too. Do you know when that's gonna be?
It's supposed to be here at some time.
Yeah.
We're waiting, hoping for more people.
Oh, okay, okay.
But it's amazing with a small. It's amazing what a small group can do, really.
It's true.
And it will create awareness. Because I'm a water walker, and we walk on the Bruce Trail from Niagara Falls up to Nochumwaning up on our territory. And we carry the water and the Eagle staff. And just from walking down there to up here, we meet people, and we do create an awareness, in the cities along the trail. So, every little bit helps.
That's wonderful. Yeah, I heard there was the last time there was also an event at after the Owen Sound event that was at Niashining, or
Yeah,
at the reserve.
Shingaming, that's
Yeah.
us. We haven't had any events like this.
Oh, okay. I thought there's a march. Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember she told me. Hey, she's busy right now. Oh, I lost my glove. How are you guys doing?
Fine, thank you.
Yeah, that's great.
You see, you're dressed nice and warm.
Oh yeah, thanks. Yeah, it is nice and warm.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, it said it was -9.
Pardon?
It said it was -9.
Oh, yeah.
But it doesn't feel that cold.
No.
I guess because there's no wind.
It's supposed to be two.
Too.
Two above and two below at night. It's like it's going to warm up next week.
Oh yeah.
It just started warming up today.
Yeah.
It's been great,
Yeah, for sure.
So what nationality are you?
Well, I consider myself cosmopolitan.
And what is that? That's too technicality.
Oh, that means like all the worlds.
Oh, I see. Right. Oh,
Yeah.
You're covering all aspects of life.
Yeah, because I believe we're all one being.
Yeah.
Yeah. But my body was born in Ukraine.
Oh, I see it. Right.
Yeah, but then moved to Toronto,
Yeah.
and then more recently moved to Owen Sound.
Oh, I see. You got to get out of that big rat racing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because I wanted to help co-create the new paradise.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of land here and many spiritual people,
Yeah.
and so this
Oh,
is
yeah.
a great place for it.
Right.
It's also, the eight fire people, the eight fire here. And
Yeah.
So everything is together.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
So you're going to be a minister of some kind, or?
Oh, Well, I go around to all of the churches and holy places in the town to help spread the message of the new paradise,
Right,
and that we need to have forgiveness, compassion, and unconditional love for all beings, and that the vision of the
But you don't preach to people about that. You don't preach to people about that, do you?
Oh, well, I tell them about it.
Oh yeah, you don't preach it because
Well,
you look at it in that sense of a native. The native went through all that stuff. That's why the world's this way today.
okay.
Because religion was forced on the natives.
Oh,
Made them lose the language.
Oh, yeah.
And the stuff they write ain't true what they write in the books from.
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. One of the things I wanted to offer was because in the Buddhist tradition, the kind of through after doing the several stages of meditation, then a person remembers all of their former past lives.
Right, yeah.
And so I was hoping on offering that to some indigenous people that are interested, so that they can remember their lives before colonial times.
Oh, yeah.
And then we can more follow, the eighth fire path, where we look back and then we take all the good things and then bring them here.
Yeah.
So that was one of the things I was interested in.
Right, yeah.
It's the shamanism all around the world. Very, very similar. We all go through the same stages. And so I don't know. Do you know if there's any local shaman people?
I've never saw it, no.
No. Oh, okay.
I've never saw anybody. Are you the only one that wears green or what?
The green, it's for the heart. It also it represents many things, but it's the heart chakra and healing. Because right now, a lot of people need it.
Yeah. I think I really got to heal the government.
Like it's so many people.
It's a broad picture.
Definitely the government.
Are you recording this?
It's the camera is still going.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I thought you were.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Because we want to spread the message and help everybody learn. And
well, at least you found your way. You're finding your way.
Well, thank you.
Or less.
Yeah, exactly. We're all finding our way. We're all learning and growing all the time.
Oh, you look at it.
Our land, our final day.
That
No pipeline.
this should have been done years and years ago.
For sure.
When they first discovered the natives and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the natives, the white people nowadays would be dead.
It's true.
It's
true.
That's
For sure.
That's
from my understanding, the indigenous people are very compassionate people, and
they'll help anybody else if they can.
And I was speaking to some people about the Ojibwe.
Yeah, right.
And so, Anishinaabe, it means from whence lowards, and so that's kind of like universal, that we are all come from God, Gichimanitu.
Right.
And then also, I know one of the 7 sacred pillars is, I believe it was truth, but how it comes in in Ojibwe is it's speaking from the heart. And that's speaking, and the heart is really the activation of the healing center and service to others. And so I think that's really beautiful that the word truth in Ojibwe is speaking from the heart. To me, that means that the people were very peaceful.
True. That's right.
And there's my favorite Ojibwe word is jawanim, or I learned.
Did they tell you what it meant?
Yeah. It means mercy, compassion, and unconditional love. Jaweni Dida is may we have forgiveness, compassion, and unconditional love for each other.
Oh yeah.
It's my favorite message.
Oh yes.
Well, at least in this time, this is that. I think that's one of the most important messages for humanity.
Exactly.
because we can all live in peace together, and
We got to learn to live together and get along together.
exactly,
That's what it's
exactly.
all about.
Yeah, and with the plans,
You can't always
the
believe
rocks,
what you read.
Yes, for sure,
You
for
can't
sure.
always believe what you read.
You have to kind of also look within,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then see, is this aligned with the heart?
Yeah.
Is this true?
True, yeah.
Yeah. It's I think it's a more beautiful way of looking at it.
Yeah.
For sure.
You've
can-
never been to none of the powwows we have?
I would love to. I don't have a car.
18th and 19th of this year. That's when it is,
Yeah.
August.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If I could get a ride, I will go.
Yeah, yeah. You
Yeah.
find a lot. A difference. You'd enjoy it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you'd enjoy it.
Yeah. I have been to when I lived in Toronto.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I went to a few of the Indigenous Center
Oh, yeah, right.
meetings there, and
Uh-huh.
there was a drum circle,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
then we would dance around.
Yeah, yeah.
and it was good fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And there was also
You don't really consider, you don't say fun. It was it's healing to an individual and their own mind of looking at things. You know, it's healing for a person. To heal yourself, it's got to come from here.
yeah, for sure,
For anybody.
Yeah.
For anybody, you know.
for sure. Yeah, first we have to heal
People that-
ourselves,
yeah.
and then we can heal others.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
More or
sure.
less than like what you're doing, you're like a crutch.
Like a crutch. Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I exactly. I don't want people to kind of rely on me. I just want to
yeah.
help catalyze to
Yeah,
help
yeah.
people heal themselves
Yeah,
and to spread their own message.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
There's always a reason for something, you know.
Yeah.
And people really got to realistically think about things that are going on and how people are going about it, you know.
Oh. Oh, they momentarily stopped the music.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, that's good because I know there was a period of time where
Just wait for a minute. I gotta wait.
there was a period of time where Westerners they would go to other places
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they would record their music without recording who it was or where they
Yeah,
were
yeah.
from, and so then we ended up having all of this music and we didn't know what it was about, like who made it,
Yeah.
why they made it, or anything like that. And so I think it's great that they're introducing the people.
So what kind of music do you guys have as far as
Well, I'm okay with whatever makes people happy.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So one of the things that I look for in music is to make sure that it has kind of a hardline message, that it is talking about peace or co-creation or educational things like that. So I don't listen to much Western music.
Oh yeah, right, yeah.
And actually, most of the time, when I'm listening to something, it's actually to audiobooks.
Oh, I see, I see.
So I read I use text to speech, and so I listen at 450 words per minute.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, and so I read 150 books last year.
You must be an educated fella.
Well, I guess you could say that. I learn a lot from books and reading and talking to people and practice.
Yeah.
Introspection. And things
Oh, I
like
see.
that. Yeah. But I didn't
Self-taught?
finish mostly. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, exactly. I didn't finish university
No?
because it was too much. Do what the teacher tells you to, that kind of stuff.
Oh, I see.
I was like, well, the teacher doesn't know everything.
True.
So have my own mission in life.
Yeah. You're gonna find your own destiny.
Well, right, yeah. I've kind of found it, at least for now,
Yeah.
to help bring in the new paradise of the Inspire, so that we can all live in peace and have enough food.
It's got to find your path anyway.
Yeah.
And that's your
are interested, they can join. If not, they don't have to. It's totally
You
optional.
absorb it or you don't.
Huh?
You absorb it or you don't.
Yes, yeah, exactly. So there's in the Law of One teachings by Ra, who is it's kind of an Egyptian soul collective, and so they say one of the fundamental distortions of our galaxy is free will. So and from that comes the law of confusion.
Yeah.
And the law of confusion is basically we must allow other people to believe other things and to be confused from our perspective, and we have to let them go because that's free will. It's all creator experiencing itself through all different kinds of people and all different kinds of beliefs.
No, yeah.
You know, and so that's totally fine. Yeah. That's I know. That's one of the things. One of the reasons I avoided reincarnating in any Christian or Abrahamic kind of faith areas because I need the freedom of belief. You know? Yeah. Like I had an incarnation in about 600. Well, it was about 1,400 years ago. And I was kind of a royal person in the Isle of Wight, and we were a pagan group of Nordic people. But then Kaidwala, the British people told us that we had to become Christians. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh, this thing. Well, we must have one reason.
I know we are, but I wanted
So, was your parents
Yeah.
into what you're doing too?
Do my parents know what I'm doing?
Were they into what you're doing?
Oh, what are they into? What I'm doing? Well, they also.
You rejected or what?
No.
Accepted.
No, they totally accept it. They're big on gardening too. Like we come from Ukraine,
Oh, yeah.
and so in Ukraine during the Stalin's time, he took away everyone's food,
Right.
and then we had a big famine. And the only way that our family managed to survive is because we grew some of our
Oh,
own
I
food.
see, yeah. Living off the land.
Well, yeah.
Kind of, or sort of, or...
Yeah, they were growing potatoes in their backyard. Yeah, you know. But yeah, even with that, they were still got bloated from lack of protein
Oh, yeah.
and stuff like that. So it was very hard times.
Yeah, are you?
The international.
We're supposed to leave.
Yeah.
We're starting the march.
Where are we starting
Okay.
from? Where are we going?
We're going up there to the main dragons to the left.
Okay.
Right.
So
Everybody else, come on.
hey guys, we're doing the march.
I'm hoping somebody from
Got lots of photos. We'll post one.
So the IPCC and the United Nations say that there's going to be a global famine by about 2040, 2050.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's a good idea to start growing our food now, especially the food forests, because it's harder for the government to take our food away.
Well,
Because
at least you grow your food. No, you don't have to worry about the additives that are in the food that you're eating today.
yeah, for sure. If we grow our food, then we'll be able to eat it. Yeah, now, and so yeah, we can. Like I think the Mennonites, they have a very good system.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You can learn a lot off the Mennonites, too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think basically, since they have such a good model that can follow their model just with some modifications.
Yeah.
You know, so we're because basically they have a homeschooling and rural, and so we can do the same thing, rural, but we can do it with the edible food forests, and then we can homeschool whatever our cultures, want to teach our own children.
Yeah, true.
You know, and then we can live however we want to.
Oh, yeah.
You know, peacefully. Yeah.
I know a few Mennonite people. Oh, yeah. They're nice people.
Yeah, they are for sure.
They're like me. Me and kind of plant their food and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's one of the nice things about trees.
Yeah.
You just plant them once, and you might have to water them for the first 2 or 3 years, but after that, they'll grow by themselves.
Yeah, just like everything grows up eventually.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. It's just with annual plants that they need a lot of care.
Yeah.
But with the shrubs and the trees, they take longer to give you food. Well, once they give you food, they give you for a long time.
You'd be surprised what nature does for things growing.
Yeah,
Where they to survive,
yeah,
you know.
for sure. Yeah, I think that everything we need is here.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We just have to put it together. Yeah,
Going to the right now, right?
yeah. Do you know if there's many teachings about about star beings?
No.
No. Well, because I know in some indigenous cultures they talk about the sky people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah,
Sky woman, she came from the sky.
yeah. Oh, wonderful.
Created the earth that we live on. And the animals brought the earth. So we could start. It's like an awesome thing that the muskrat was the only animal that could go down that deep into the water to bring up the dirt. Yeah. And he died doing his job.
Nice. Yeah. So I think that's kind of
Your sign out there, Phil.
related to
Up there.
UFOs
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah, I've been on one.
extraterrestrials. Huh? What? What? Oh, it's pouring down there. Just be careful.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get
Yeah.
Yeah, look at. It was raining. What people we live out in the rain. We live out in the forest. We live out in the bushes. You know.
Yeah.
Look at the people that went to the war. They didn't worry about the weather.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
all survival.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I'm sure they used things to cover themselves from the rain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not all the time. But
Not all of them. Yeah.
you know, to walk through mud and stuff like that.
I think that for a lot of things, kind of spirituality helps to kind of bridge the gap.
Yeah.
So, like in Tibetan Buddhists, often in their robes, they're sitting outside when it's very, very cold, and they're completely fine.
Yeah.
It basically takes practice, and it's both the adaptation of your body, your mind, and your spirit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, okay.
It's kind of part of the. It's almost like governing the elders will do this and this.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know what the plan was. Yeah, no, we were just having a really great
Yeah,
chat.
I was like trying to listen to him.
Yeah. So how did the event go? I didn't manage to. Yeah, in Sogin. Yeah.
Beautiful. It was awesome. Yeah.
Were there a lot of people, or?
Yeah, there were quite a few, and the youth led it, and that was the best part, right?
That's really wonderful.
And we got to eat afterwards as well. They fed us. Yeah.
That's awesome. Wow. So how long did it end up being?
I think we were there for a couple of hours at least. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I think I left around 7:30, so we were there for a few hours.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I was so sorry that I.
Oh, it's all right.
I felt
It's all right.
awful.
You know, I have forgiveness, compassion, and unconditional love for all beings. So
Awesome. Oh, thank you.
yeah, it's all good. Yeah, it's part of helping heal the planet.
So what have you been up to lately?
Oh, well, I've been going around to different churches and telling them about the Eighth Fire and the edible food forest. Last week I went to South End Baptist Church, and then I met with Pastor Tim on Thursday, and he's quite interested, and we're meeting again
That's awesome.
on Thursday, and I was at the mosque yesterday, and
That's awesome.
yeah, so
You're making some headway.
yeah, it's pretty good. So we're at the city hall now. Is this where we stop, or?
Go right through the farmer's market.
Oh, okay.
Are we standing on this corner?
We're gonna go through the farmer's market and keep walking. Yeah.
So did you organize this event?
Myself and Dave. Yeah. Myself and Dave.
And Dave.
And a couple of Dave's friends.
Oh, okay. Oh, do you mean the from Climate Action Team, or is it a different Dave? This Dave? Oh, you helped organize this event as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Did you want to have a statement?
Stand with Wet'suwet'en.
Yeah. Okay. So what are your motivations to stand with the Wet'suwet'en?
Yeah. I visited Untitled camp a few years ago,
Okay.
and so their defense of their land is really near and dear to my heart.
Well, that's wonderful. And
Yeah. So when the call to action went out, I was like, yeah, I'll help out however I can bring that here.
that's really great. So have you been doing this long?
This.
Well, your kind of mission of helping the indigenous people with the land. And I don't know how long ago that event was.
Yeah, that was a few years ago. It's been important to me for a while anyway.
Oh, okay.
Can't say I've done much, but I always tried.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, this way? Oh. Got a good amount of people out today.
Well, you already said that.
Are we going inside? This is the Owen Sound Farmers Market. Hey, how are you? So what are your motivations for coming here to help the Wet'suwet'en?
To stand in solidarity.
Stand in solidarity. Great. Oh, hi.
How you doing, brother?
Good. Hi. So do you have a Mohawk flag?
It's warrior flag.
That's a warrior flag. Oh, okay. Are you associated with Mohawks or indigenous people?
Yeah. I'm Cree
You're Cree. Oh, that's wonderful.
from out west.
Out west, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. 'Cause Cree is very wide
Yeah,
across Canada.
right across Canada. Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, did you have a statement you wanted to make? Or
Do I have a statement?
yeah.
Down with colonialism. That's all I
right.
got to say.
Yeah. So what kind of world would you like us to live in?
What kind of world? We have to go back to the old ways.
Yeah.
This way is not working,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah. Well, one of the things I like to tell people about is the age of peace has come, and or the eighth fire, and we need to have jawanim, or forgiveness, compassion, and unconditional love for each other.
True. That's the original medicine wheel.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
all nations one.
Yeah. And so the kind of the vision that people have seen of the new paradise is where we have edible food forests.
Yeah.
So they're kind of a recreation of the old way, like the Amazon had. The Amazon rainforest.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're co-creating it here in the Great Blue Owen Sound area.
Yeah.
So we can all live in peace together.
The only way.
Yeah. Pretty good event so far.
All right.
So are you just visiting, or do you?
No, I live out here.
Oh, you live here, right? Oh, okay, yeah. And do you know the Cree language, or
No, I know a little bit, not too much.
a little bit? Okay.
But I'm married to an Ojibwe woman.
Oh, okay, yeah. I heard, is it a same language family?
Well, there's a little bit. There's a lot of similarities.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Most Canadian, it's like they call it Algonquin language.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we speak
Yeah.
mostly the
Yeah, I know.
just a little bit of different dialects.
I know. There's also the Iroquois, which is a little bit
Yeah,
south.
Iroquois. That's six. They have six. It's a confederacy, right? So they have like I think it's Seneca, Mohawk. I can't remember the rest of them right now. But yeah, they have Six Nation Confederacy too. Them, and then we have Six Nations out here too, right?
Oh yeah.
Which is down in Bradford, which is Oneida, I think Chippewa, Delaware. I can't remember what there's. I can't remember the other ones that are in there. But I mean, we have confederacies like that all over. That's all the tribes coming together and living as one. You know.
Yeah. Yeah,
So we figured it out hundreds of years ago. Why can't we figure it out now?
Yeah.
Right?
Sure. I'm sure we can.
I pray we do.
That's wonderful. Yeah. Hey, good to see you.
I forget your name.
Logan.
Logan, Ray.
Great. Yeah. Oh, okay. So what are your motivations helping the?
Well, I was born in Canada, but the native people were here first. So why is it that unceded land in Wet'suwet'en lands, when the leaders, who are the hereditary chiefs, not the national chiefs, are sidetracked to not be able to say no to a pipeline into the RCMP. So, as a Canadian, I'm 110% behind this issue because it is not right
Yeah.
to take land into their hand when it's not theirs.
Yeah.
That's it. So I'm in support of those who are already fighting. They're great leaders. Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome. Wow. Really great. I love the walking and the awesome organization. Okay, so I think we're gonna take a break for now.